Inside Princeton High School, students are taking a jab at changing the perception of who a fencer is. With this being the only no-cut team in the area, this team is making fencing available to everyone.
Fencing is a sport that's really good for all the kinds of cognitive development these kids need. It promotes, it's all about critical thinking under pressure, building a strategy, following through with that strategy, and doing it while someone's trying to stab you. Princeton is a hotbed of fencing in the country. I mean, there's probably 6 clubs in the area. I mean, it's huge. And New Jersey has a huge high school fencing community with probably nearly 70 schools in the state with varsity fencing programs. So it made sense that Princeton have its own varsity fencing program.
With so many fencing teams in Princeton, the high school is standing out by being the only no-cut team in the area.
It's part of my philosophy as a coach that I really want the team to be a place where people can learn how to fence, develop a love of the sport, and the team itself is a source of enjoyment out of the day, something positive out there in their otherwise stressful life. And a lot of our really good fencers are people that show up, decide that they love the sport, and for the next 4 years of their high school career, work really hard toward it and become top fencers in their own right. So having a cut team with tryouts and things, I don't think is conducive to the kind of environment I want to develop.
Coach Blanchard is making fencing available to every student and focuses more on the skills instead of the sport or championships.
You can be tall or short or fat or thin or fast or slow and be a successful fencer. You just can't, be a dummy. You have to think. I'm proud of our results. I think it's unusual. I don't really know if there are any other no-cut sports in Princeton. It values hard work more than anything else. So anyone that's willing to work hard is going to be good at it. But I've never really seen it as elitist. We provide equipment, so no one needs to make an investment. And again, we're a no-cut team, so anyone that shows up, we're going to have stuff for them to do. We're going to have equipment for them to use. They don't need to make an investment until they really want to. A lot of times, if we have kids that have decided that they really want to join a fencing club but don't have their own gear, I'll set them up with club gear to take with them to train outside of the season, so they don't have to go out and buy that.
The fencing team has students of all backgrounds and offers a sport for those who might not see themselves as a true athlete.
A lot of my athletes are 3-season athletes. A lot of them just thought this would be fun, or they watched Princess Bride too many times, or Star Wars, or whatever it was, and said, fencing sounds cool. And they came out to join the team, and now they're on a varsity team, getting varsity ready. They would have never thought about getting it otherwise. Fencer is super nerd. We're all super nerds here.
This group of self-proclaimed super nerds are widening who can be an athlete and are changing the sport of fencing. I'm Paige Ewing, back to the studio.